us. Misfortune comes into our lives. That is the reality of life. We are going to experience some measure of something that we don't want to experience. Our leader is a true example of that. You think he wanted cancer? No, but you're gonna go through it because I'm doing something for you. And we have to realize, and I have to realize when Allah is doing something for me. He's not trying to beat me up. So Aneesa, stop beating up on yourself.
Yes, Aneesa.
No, real talk. Only making matters worse for yourself. You're beating up on yourself about these fibroids. And it's not that Allah is punishing you. You don't have them because he's punishing you. He's beckoning you.
Ooh.
Come closer. Come closer. And if the only way I could get to you is through your womb, because I want to bring something up out of your womb, then come closer. I'm trying to purify you. Don't you see that? Don't you get that yet? And I get that now. He's not punishing you. He's trying to purify me, and he's sifting me. But when we're sifting something like sifting powder, sifting flour, he has to shake it up. That's the only way you sift the thing. You got to shake it up. So you got to agitate it a little bit. And what comes through is what Allah can use. The minister talked about that in hard trials are necessary to establish truth lecture. What comes through is what Allah can use. What stays in, he can't use that. The fibroids is going to stay in. He don't want that. I'm going to get rid of them. They're not going to come back.
Yes.
What comes out is what Allah can use. Because I've already given my womb to the God and asked him to bless it with a child that glorifies him and has his face on it. Has my husband's face on it.
Yes.
Like, God, just give me a child. Care if it's just one. I just need one. Because I'm gonna raise that child to build the hereafter and to love Allah.
Ooh.
Like, that's all I need. So he don't forget about us. He really, really don't. It is we're all going to have everybody's gonna have something that comes into their lives that shakes us up. Because how else are we going to make a sincere prayer?
Assalamu alaikum, family. Peace, healing, and light. And welcome back to another episode of Healing with Angelica's podcast, where we discuss all things healing. And if you are new to the show, welcome, beautiful souls. On today's episode, we have a returning guest, a beautiful returning guest joining us today, Sister Aneesa Nazeer Muhammad, and her backup crew. We got baby Jossie in the building as well. Praise be to Allah, as we'll be discussing today's topic, Test of Faith Part 2. Receiving your heavenly reward. Sister Aneesa, welcome back, girl. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. Thank you.
Yes. Praise be to Allah. And if you guys seen the first clip that I played, that was actually a clip from the first episode, in which I will leave in the comment section once the show is over with, so you guys can just get a glimpse of her healing journey when it first started and where we are now with baby Jossie. Yes, so praise be to Allah. Sister Aneesa, I know most of our viewing audience know who my girl is. However, for those who may not know who you are, do you mind giving just a little bit of details about you?
Where do we start? So, my name is Sister Aneesa, and I am a seamstress / designer who has taken a pause, a long, hard pause, to be a full-time mommy and wife, and just gathering my bearings and getting myself straight. Assalamu alaikum, Grammy. That's my Grammy. That look down there. Yeah. That's short and sweet. Nation of Islam, gang. Yeah, gang.
Okay. Yes. Praise be to Allah. Thank you so much for that. Now, let's get started on today's episode, Test of Faith Part 2, Receiving Your Heavenly Reward. And please, for my audience today, do not hesitate to put any questions you may have for our guest, Sister Aneesa, in the comment section below. Now, give me a moment, y'all. So listen. So life trials test our faith, right? Challenging us to stay strong and trust in God. Test of Faith Part 2, Receiving Your Heavenly Reward, will explore how challenges are not just obstacles, but paths to divine blessings, and understanding that each test brings you closer to that heavenly reward and God's promises to those who remain faithful. Remember, your trials are temporary, but the reward of unwavering faith are eternal. So today, y'all, we are about to get all in Sister Aneesa's business today. I've been waiting on this recap because, man, from the first episode, it was such a beautiful testimony. And just to see how Allah blessed you with your baby boy. And like you said in the beginning clip, you're like, I just want one. Just give me one. Just give me one. And look, praise be to Allah. So stay tuned for a powerful testimony following up from part 1, Test of Faith. If you guys have not seen it, like I said before, please go back and watch that. And I will leave the link to watch that part 1 here as well. So in the first episode, and it's okay. Go ahead, baby Jossie. Listen, you're a part of the show too, baby boy.
Do.
Okay.
Plug it in.
Okay. so in the first episode, we went through the journey of you healing your fibroids, going through the healing journey with that, and what you went through before, during, and after having surgery. How you thought it was the end, as the thought of death was creeping in your mind, and your ultimate desire of being a mother. So that brings me to my first question for you, sis. So let's begin today's show by just discussing the journey you have embarked on after having your surgery that led you on a path of receiving your heavenly reward, baby Jossie.
So what date? Do you remember the date of that last interview?
God, it was in May.
Okay.
May of 2023.
Yeah, how do you turn 23? Because my surgery was in 2022.
Okay.
So May of last year, from May until September, we conceived in September, and between that time and September, whoa, it was not easy. It was just, I don't want to call it, no, I'm going to call it what it was. It was an emotional roller coaster because you're still dealing with the, like, Allah, are you listening? Like, do you hear my cries? So every month I am like checking the what's it called, pregnancy test and everything. And at a certain point, I was just hurting my own feelings. I'm like, it's not saying what it needs to.
Yeah.
And plenty of tears. My husband was wiping with plenty. I probably was stressing him to the T, like a lot. No, I know I was, because he started praying, like, Allah, please give her what she's asking for. Just give her the baby.
Yes.
And the day that we conceived, I knew that was going to be the day. I was like, I remember Minister Ava saying in A New Way of Life, she said, we don't choose the baby, the baby chooses us. That child is traveling through time. Sister Callie said, you didn't get here when you were born. You've been traveling since the Creator in the beginning, waiting for your time to get here. You've been traveling through time for 76 trillion years. And that moment, I was like, we're going to get pregnant. We're going to get pregnant. But through that process, it was just a lot of purging that had to be done. It was a lot of purging that when Allah's sending you through a trial, there's like we talked about the sifting. So much things are coming up. They have to come up. And he wasn't going to allow me to conceive until, of course, there's still more. I'm not perfect, so there's still much more that needs to be uprooted. But enough was uprooted, for me to be able to steward the life of the child properly. So yes, that's what I didn't get from upstairs.
What, the bottle?
No,
Uh-oh.
the charger.
The charger?
Yep.
Listen, hey y'all, this is no filter. This is a no filter show. Okay.
It's a live show, friend.
Okay. My sister need to go get the charger. Whatever she need to do to make sure she good and baby Jay's good, we gonna make it happen so we can have a good show.
We got the fan, we got the water, we got the pacifier. I forgot to get the charger.
Okay.
Just give me 30 seconds.
Praise be to Allah, y'all. I'm looking forward to this show. I've been watching my sister on her journey, and I've just been praying for her, praying that Allah blesses her with her bundle of joy as she well deserves. So, looking forward to this show. If you guys have been loving all of the episodes, make sure you guys subscribe, you guys share, put your fire emojis in the comment box. Keep it rolling. Go ahead and share this this live as well for any woman that has dealt with any type of medical condition that may have hindered them from having a child. Oh, you got it?
Yes.
She's back, y'all. She's back.
Friends. Okay. Everything takes 100 minutes longer. Everything.
I believe it. Oh my God, you know I know. Oh wait.
Golly. All right, I'm here. I'm here to stay.
Okay. You good, sis. You good, sis. Whew, wow. So just in that time from last time I spoke with you, and then September when you conceived, you were still going through that, like you said, that process of just purification and just, getting yourself together and right so you can, be blessed with baby boy. Like, is there, because I want us to also go through just the journey of your pregnancy. So how was your pregnancy journey? And this probably going to be long. And that's fine. No, I want you to go in depth. We trying to get all in your business. Listen, I think everybody in the nation was waiting on this moment for you. Okay. So we all in your business today. Yes. So how was your pregnancy experience and your labor experience?
So here's the thing. I was expecting, honestly, because I was working out. I mean, we was in the gym. We were just doing it. Girl, as soon as first of all, I found out I was pregnant around 3.5 weeks. Okay, son. Okay. Around 3.5 weeks. Do you know how long pregnancy is, bro? When you find out so soon.
Oh my God.
I'm like, whoa, I have a year.
Right.
So that was like horrendous. I was happy to find out. But it was like, wow, this is gonna be such a long journey. Like, we just started. We just got here. And the gym stopped within a day. I was like, I'm not. Actually, a week before, I actually stopped going to the gym because something was feeling. I knew instinctively that I was pregnant around 2 weeks. And I remember walking outside, and I was like, I feel different. And I'm talking to going for walks is very therapeutic for me. And every time I go on a walk, I start talking to the God. So I'm like, well, I feel really different. Like, I actually feel, it wasn't angelic, it felt insane. I was like, something's happening. These feelings. So like my head is spinning. I'm hot. Like, everything is exacerbated. Like, everything was more annoying than it's ever been.
Oh.
Like, what is happening? Everything is more sadder than it ever could possibly be.
Yes.
Like, this is like, what's going on, man? And I remember thinking to him, like, or saying to the guy, like, you wouldn't have me feeling like this and I'm not pregnant, right? Like, certainly you wouldn't have me feeling like a basket case for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then September 21st was the day that I found out I was pregnant.
Wow.
And it was very interesting because the night before, I was talking to my husband, Justin, and I was like, don't I look different? And he was like, you know, men don't notice anything. But as a woman, like, you know your own body. Like, you know it, like, when your hands get a little swollen. Like, you notice every little thing. And I was like, I look different. And he was like, I don't, like, then I guess, I don't know. What are you talking about? What are you trying to hear? Like, we were watching the movie, and here I come with all this, like, nonsensical stuff going on. And I said, I think I want to take a test. I want to take a test. And I was due for my womanly present that we get every month on the 23rd. And I was like, well, if we, you know, if it comes by the 23rd, then like we'll know. No, it was for the 20th. The 20th had came and went. And I was like, but I was scared. I was so scared because I'm like, oh, come on. I've taken so many tests already. Like, I've done this. I cannot take this L. Now that I'm looking back, I wish I would have allowed my husband to be a part of that moment with me when I actually took the test. But I'm like, he cannot see me cry another tear over this. I don't want to take this L in front of his face. And then he having to soothe me and me trying to gather myself, and it's like, actually, can you go on the other side of the door so that I can weep? Yeah. I didn't feel like none of that. I don't want to do it. So I was talking to my mom. This was the 21st, and she was like, well, did it come? And I was like, no. She said, well, take the test. And I was like, oh, freaking scared. And my husband was already going to bring the test home. This was a Friday. He was going to bring the test home on a Saturday. But again, I was like, I don't want to take that L. Like, I don't want to wait another day, but I also don't want to wait another day to take an L. And my nephew had put in the family group chat, because me and my mom were going back and forth. Should you just Instacart it to the house? I'll just buy it for you. Instacart it to the house. You don't even have to go anywhere. I'll just be there, and wherever you use it, you just use it. But just use it today. Yeah, I want to know, right? So then my nephew put in the family group chat, today is the day that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad met Master Fard Muhammad. And my mom had read it to me. She said, Aneesa, certainly he wouldn't play you like this on this day. Take the test. Oh, wow. So we Instacarted the test at the door. And I remember looking at the lady's face, and she was like, she low-key wanted to wait by the door and be like, I want to know, girl. I want to know what's going on. She gave me the test, and then I went, and before the strike, before it was like 1 second, that, you know, once you're pregnant, them 2 lines show up so quick. As soon as them 2 lines showed up, I said, I was so in shock, and in I was like, this changes everything. This changes everything. I hung up on the phone with my mom because I didn't want to be taking the L on the phone with her. I just wanted to be able to do it by myself. Yeah. Now looking at hindsight, now that I know what the results was, I wish I would have had that moment with my husband, him being there, being able to hug on me and stuff like that. But he wasn't. And then I just waited till he got home. So yeah. He had already came home with the pregnancy test. He was like, he was supposed to get it on Saturday. He went to the store that day. Oh, wow. I was like, but I already used it. So, here. So, and then the pregnancy from there on, Jossie. Okay.
It's okay, Jossie. I need your attention, mommy.
Listen, y'all. we're gonna get to that. His attitude.
Oh.
We're gonna get to that.
Already?
His attitude.
Oh God, already.
But the pregnancy itself, to get into that, I thought it was gonna be angelic. You know, pregnancy is hard. Like everybody knows that instinctively. Like pregnancy is hard. I thought it was going to be. I was gonna be like reading the Quran every day, and like giving birth to a God for sure, and like watching. Like I was disgusted by everything.
Oh God.
I hated everything. I thought I was gonna be eating the beans on my baby. I hated the bean until I was 7 months pregnant.
Ooh.
I did not have one bowl of beans.
Oh.
Garbage. Because that's the only thing that was getting me through the day. It was insane. Not to mention my stature is very like tiny. I'm 4'11", and when I got pregnant, I was under 100 pounds. So imagine, very small. Okay.
Yeah.
My body was stretching, and there was no skin for it to stretch. And I was every day, I'm like, Justin, this is hurting more every single day. My stomach was rock hard, like to the end. Pregnancy, I'll be honest with you, and I wish I could give the audience like it was the most beautiful pregnancy, the pregnancy I was waiting for. Like no. Pregnancy was rough on my little body.
Yeah.
It was so rough. I was like, we have to find another way to be pregnant. This cannot happen, bro.
Yeah.
And thank a lot for my husband, because when I tell you, when Allah picks a mate for you, he picks them. Because he knows it from the beginning to the end. He knows all the nuances. He knows the details in between. He knows the journey. So he knew that I was going to need a husband that was caring almost to a fault.
Yeah.
Like just no complaint. He'll lose all of his hair to make sure that I'm comfortable.
Oh yeah.
I come from a bald-headed type family, because he would have been bald by the end of the season. Honestly, I didn't do my laundry. I was barely cooking. I was on the couch sleeping for like 14 hours a day. I was knocked out or crying because I couldn't sleep. Literal tears. I remember one day he had cooked dinner, and I was just like so tired because I could not take a nap that entire day. Mm-hmm. I was distraught because I was exhausted because I hadn't slept for 48 hours. And I was like, I just need to take a nap today. Like, I need to take this nap. I must have been about 3.5 months, pushing up on 4 months maybe. And he made dinner, and when he brought it to me, it was maybe about like 7 o'clock. And I knew once I was to finish the dinner that, we're going to go to sleep after this. Like, and then I'm going to go through another night of begging God to let me go to sleep. But sleep when you're pregnant is impossible. And the people think it's the belly. No, it's not the belly. It's everything else. It's the dreams. It's the hormones. It's the anxiety. It's all this stuff that has nothing to do with the belly being big. Everything else is happening all at once. And I could not sleep. No matter how much I tried, I could not sleep. So he brings me to dinner, and then I'm just sitting on the couch. Like, I've never sitting like this with crisscross applesauce. I was like, and he said, "What's the matter?" He said, "Are you crying?" I started crying. He said, What happened? I'm so sleepy.
Oh my God.
He said, wait. Just eat something. Maybe eat something. It'll be better. I was just so distraught. Like, I'm going to eat this food and I'm going to be even more sleepy. And I'm not even going to be able to sleep because pregnancy.
Yes.
And I didn't sleep that night. It was another day of no sleep. And yeah, so I wish I could give you like a better, like, the pregnancy journey. No, it's, for me, it was stinky beans.
Oh my gosh.
But I'll do it all over again. Because he's great.
Yes.
So, yep.
Oh my gosh. Listen. Mommies know. Hey, When you say sleeping for 14 hours, that's a whole shift, baby. Listen, your body was working.
Shit.
Your body was working.
All
Okay.
day. You can't do anything. It's
No.
impossible. It's so impossible. So shout out to the women out there that's like working while they're pregnant. I did it for all of 2.5 months. I was working, for those who remember, I was working at the daycare. I was be posting little stuff here and there. I was like, deuces. I was sleeping at work. Literally.
Yeah.
The children were taking a nap. I'm taking a nap next to the children. They wake up. I'm still like, it's not safe. You're not safe. Miss Aneesa. Go find something to do. I am also your teacher, so I have to wake up.
Yeah.
So it was impossible. It was impossible. And then my labor process was, I had a C-section. So, but it was so
beautiful.
It was so beautiful.
Okay.
I think a lot that it was the way it was because I prayed throughout the entire 9 months. He was born at 35 weeks and 5 days, so just shy. Like he's considered a preemie, but he's just shy of full term.
Oh,
and,
hold on, wait. So as you're speaking, audience, I am going to show pictures, so you can keep speaking as I show some pictures.
Okay. I prayed through the entire time because I really wanted the chance to be able. I knew when I had the initial surgery, which was the myomectomy to get rid of the fibroids, that my chances of going, look at my old baby, that my chances of having a C-section was like really, really high because that's what they told me. Like you're gonna have to have a C-section. But I was like, nah, like look at the Dusty Doozy, he's so cute. Yeah. I was like, nah, like Allah gonna let me like be able to push, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I prayed the entire time, and I'm used to that when I pray for something, that I get an answer. Mm-hmm. Like I get it. And I kept praying and praying and praying, like, Allah, do you want me to have a C-section, or like, will you be able to, like, if I'm able to actually deliver my child vaginally, like, please give me that chance. Like, let me do. Mm-hmm. I don't want to have to go through another surgery. I'm trying to get opened up, actually. So, yeah. Like, I'm kind of done. So, I kept praying, and the only answer that I was getting was, no, it's the C-section, sis. Because of how many fibroids I had, and because of how many sutures were in my uterus, my surgeon, Dr. Pierre Johnson, shout out to him, he straight up told me, I was like, how many stitches do I have in my uterus? And he said, after 100, I stopped counting. So it was a lot. Oh, he had to reform my uterus so that it would be able to he had to reconstruct it, essentially put it back together so that I can be able to carry a child, not even just carry but conceive in the first place. So all praise is due to Allah, and I'm thankful that my C-section was as beautiful as it was because it didn't feel like a medical event, and I was afraid for it to feel like a medical event. On all these bright lights and like all of like this clink 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 and just hearing like machines. I didn't want that. I wanted midwifery vibes. Yeah. My husband broke my head. I wanted to push. I wanted those things. Actually, let me halt because I'm gonna be realistic. I did not want the pain of pushing. So I was stuck in between. Yeah. To my husband, I said, like, am I selfish for that? Like, I want my son, but I don't want the pain of pushing. I don't want the delivery. I don't want, but then I also don't want a C-section. Like you're trading one for the other, but you're taking L's, not L's, but there's a risk with both. You heal faster having a baby naturally, but you don't know how long you're gonna be in labor. Be mad long, or it could not be mad long. But one thing's for certain, you're pushing. And you're going to have pain, and you're going to experience excruciating pain. One thing's for certain. Two things are for sure. That's happening. Yeah. And the C-section, I was like, okay, it'll be done in 15 minutes. I'll feel absolutely nothing. But the recovery is bananas, and I've been through that already. Like, I've been through that. And my myomectomy recovery was insane. Like, it stunk. It wasn't fun. It wasn't joyful. It was very strenuous, that recovery for me. And it was really, really long because of all the complications that happened. So I was expecting that as to be what my C-section would be. But it was nothing like that. They were so sweet and so kind. Even when they did my spinal tap for the anesthesia, to, to like numb you and stuff. The lady in front of me, there's a woman behind you that's doing the spinal tap, and then there's a woman in front of you that's keeping your body up. She didn't just hold my body up; she put my head on her shoulder, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so sweet!" And she was like rubbing my hands, like, "It's almost done. It's almost done." I'm like, "Wow, this is fantastic." The lady that is on the other side of the covering thing from when you get the C-section, actually requested that they gave me a clear one. I wanted to see. They're like, "You want to see it?" Yes, I want to see it.
Really?
Yeah, I want to see. Like, blood is not really an issue for me. Like, I want to see what's going on. I actually wanted them to record it, but they had somebody taking pictures, so I was able to see every step of the way. Like, she took like 100 pictures, every step of the way of each incision, him coming out. I was like, "Hey, thank you. I want to see all of it. I want to see it." But the lady that was on the other side of the screen, she was super kind. Like, my husband was fantastic. He swore that he didn't want to look at the process prior to, but while we were in it, he was like, "You're not about to be cutting up on my wife and I'm not looking." So the whole time, we're like,
okay.
"What are you doing? What's that? Okay, what's that smell like it's burning?" What did he just ask me? Not playing around. None about my wife's uterus. So it was great. It was great. I got out the hospital within 2 days. Usually they expect you to be in there 4. I came out in 2, which was good. And then the real recovery started. And, it's a C-section. So recovery is no joke.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Whew. I love it, y'all. Listen. With just, because I had to go back and re-listen to part 1 of our show together. It just, the amount of time you went through so much with the fibroid for years, and then submitting to have surgery, and then what happened after surgery, like all the blood transfusions you had to get, like, it was like, wow. And I remember in the last show you talked about the pain you were enduring after the surgery, that it, in your mind, like, is this how labor is going to be? Like, so like, just to hear you talk about it, I'm grateful that your labor experience was as it was, because I would think just because you have went through the situation with the fibroids and had to get cut open, I would have thought the same thing too, of it being kind of similar. So I can see the fear of not even wanting to do that. Like, I ain't trying to feel that. I went through a lot. You went through so much with that situation. So, hi, Jesse. Hi, baby. He's chilling now. I know that's right.
He is.
So I wanted to, and if you guys are enjoying this episode just as well as I am, please, 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 please show your support today by donating and texting the word donate to 937-313-2466. And if you are enjoying all of the episodes here on I always get it wrong, Closing the Gap broadcast, please show your support as well. Information to donate is going to be shown on the screen below. I love you all. So we're going to get back to today's episode, the Test of Faith Part 2. So this takes me to our next question, because I'm very, very interested in the status of your fibroids. Because I recall you told me, like, after you had surgery, you had about like 14 of them. Like, didn't even know that that was so many that they had to take out. And I think that a month or so later you
Mm-hmm.
you seen more,
Mm-hmm.
or so like what is the status of that?
They've been maintaining, I guess.
Okay, so
So
you
here's
still have
another
the fibroids.
Did I disclose this on? Because we had it. It was last March. I talked to Sister Callie.
Okay.
It was March. I think it was 1 or 2 weeks before, like to the date of March 23rd, because March 23rd was when I got the okay of Justin to like, okay, we could try, because he was like, wait, children, like we just got here, and I'm like, no, we need a baby. We need a baby, bro. Like,
We ain't waiting. Nope.
What? Yeah, baby child. Luckily, by the time we actually conceived, like he was fully on board. So it was like a lot knows.
Yes.
But March, whatever, 2 weeks or so before the 23rd, I spoke to Sister Callie for 2 hours and 8 minutes. And I had a whole bunch of like notes. I had wrote down like 5 pages of notes, like everything she was saying. I'm just like writing down. And I was talking to her about so the fibroids had came back at that point. It was like I think 3 little ones or so. And I was just feeling mad defeated. Like, yo, I just went through this. Like, why are they coming back? What is the problem?
Yes.
What is the problem? What am I doing wrong? And she said, we were talking about pregnancy, and she said, are you having an issue getting pregnant or something like that? Is that? I was like, no, I haven't even tried yet. She was like, wait, so you haven't tried yet? Let me rewind it. Oh, I'm remembering so many things. I'm remembering things. It was like so long ago now. This was 1 week prior to me talking to Sister Callie. I talked to Sister Darnisha, who was also traveled with Mother Tynetta. And exactly.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And, she was saying the same thing, because Minister Ava had got me in contact with Sister Darnisha before Minister Ava passed. We didn't actually talk until after Minister Ava passed.
Okay.
And she had finally was able to contact me, and she was like, "You're the sister that Minister Ava wanted me to talk to." I said, "Yeah, it's me." And she said, she was asking me the same type of question that Sister Callie was asking, like, do you like are you having trouble getting pregnant, or like what's? I was like, we haven't even tried. Like, we haven't even started trying. And she was like, I think maybe you should just try. Like, she said, I think that might be good for the fact, like, your uterus needs to do something else. Something else. And I was like, because it was already on my spirit to want to, like, I've been wanting to have the conversation with Justin, like, hey, I think we want to have a baby ASAP. Like, ASAP. But I was like, is it too early? Is it too soon into the marriage? Like, we're not at the 3-year mark yet. Like, are we, like, I know, like, we have a good marriage, but like, is we good to the point that we can have a whole child?
Yeah.
Like, are we still gonna like each other? Babies are a whole life. And I have a lot of nieces and nephews, and I know how much work that babies are and how much strain it could put on just 2 people wanting to eat dinner together at the same time. Like, everything changes.
Yes.
So if, like, the foundation isn't really, like, stable in the marriage, a child is not going to necessarily all of a sudden give you this rock hard foundation. It might show you that the ingredients of your marriage is GMO. Really trash.
Ooh.
Like, dang, my marriage stinks, and now we need to work on the marriage, but a baby's in between us. So wow, really hard to do, because her attention is not on me right now, or really on this marriage. Her attention is on that baby, rightfully so. Right, you locked in after that, like, this is my dude.
Yeah.
So the week later, I talked to Sister Callie, and she said the same exact thing. She was like, well, are you, like, trying to, like, are you not able? So I said, Sister Callie, we haven't started. We haven't tried yet. She was like, she said, well, try. I was
Yeah.
like, this is confirmation I need. I feel like, she said, what will happen is that your uterus will expand so big that the fibroids will become so small. And then as your uterus is shrinking back, she said, sometimes they just don't even come back. And the same day that I was talking to Sister Darnisha, a week prior to that, a Sister Tiara out in Charlotte. Assalamu alaikum, if you see this girl. House, I was watching her son so she could just get a breather and stuff. And she came to the house and she was talking about how, like, her journey or whatever. And she had said that she had I think it was like really like not much. It wasn't like 14 or nothing like that. I think it was like 1 or 2 like fibroids. And she said that she had got pregnant and she was just talking and I was like, wait, circle back, whatever happened to the fibroids? She was like, I guess they just went away. She said, I actually never thought about it. I guess they just went away.
Yeah.
And I was like, So hearing what Sister Darnisha was saying, hearing what she had said, and hearing what Sister Callie was saying, and then also already hearing what I was having in my head of like, I think my womb just needs to get used to doing something else. Like, so hell bent on making tumors. Like, do something else. And something that Sister Callie told me, she said the same materials that your body is using to make the fibroids are the same materials that it uses to make a human. And she says, so write something else on your womb. Think about something else. Like, just try to think about maybe getting pregnant. Do that. And I must say, I know that they're there because when the surgeon opened me up, he said, my husband asked about the fibroids. He was like, what's, the condition? And he was like, they're very, very small. He said, actually, I took one out while we were in there. Okay. So I'm still doing like my the castor oil packs and like things like that that'll keep it like maintained, and essentially it should break it down because they're really small. Be able to break it down. Breastfeeding also helps with like maintaining fibroids and all that stuff. So I don't really think about them that much because I think about him so much.
Yes.
That also helps. Because my mind was so fixated every day, fibroids. You like wake up with it, you go to sleep with it. Everything I'm eating is about it. Everything I'm thinking is about it. It's like, oh, boring, mundane. You're obsessed. You're like obsessed because this is your literal body. Like, they're there. And how do I not think about your womb and your mind is literally connected? It's like, how do I not think about that? Yeah, those were those. Sheesh. I can't believe I walked around with that. I can't believe
what in the world?
I can't believe
these things in your little body. What?
My little 4'11" statured body. I cannot believe I was doing that. Insane. Like, sucked. And now that I think about him so much, I don't like. I have to sit down and remember I even have fibroids. Yeah. Which I think will keep them small in the first place.
I had to take this picture, so it's like,
yeah. He loves those shades.
Oh my God. It looked like he does too.
Girl. You said your son does too?
No, I said it looked like he loves them shades too. He is
loves them. They're not even his. I don't know where they came from. I was to my mom's house and I was like, put these on. Because he was tripping. He was tripping one day and I needed him to like get a little confused a little bit. So I put glasses on him and see he'll calm down. He kept those on for 20 minutes straight and he does not like anything on his face.
Oh, wow.
No blankets, no covers, nothing. He don't like nothing on his face. He felt like he was the man.
Okay. You know he is. You know it.
I'm him.
You know he is. Oh, yes. I had to show them pictures real quick. Sis. Oh, my God. Oh,
very cute.
Yes. Praise be to Allah. Like, just within this this time of you speaking on just your journey after the fibroids, I have, like I said, I wanted to get the update on that. And basically, you kind of touched on something when I heard you say, like, Because it's like, I guess the obvious thing would be like, well, how about you just try to get pregnant? Have you ever thought about that?
Let's see. Yeah.
No. You know, and just what you said, like, you know, you were thinking about the fibroids so much, just thinking about, and I don't know, maybe that may have been the cause of them coming back, you thinking about it, or they're growing because you're putting so much energy into it.
Exactly.
And now that, you know, you got baby boy, and even just in the pregnancy.
That's right.
You know, you're thinking about that. So, yes. I love it. I love it. Praise be to Allah. Let me see if we got some comments over here. And you know, my baby, my girl over there doing her mommy duties. I told y'all this is
you know what's going on.
Yeah, y'all know. Mommies, y'all know, okay?
Trying to gather it because he's over here giving me heck right now, and I know what's going on.
Yeah, he's like, listen, Mom, we're not. No, I don't care about this.
You're trying to do, but I have to do something else.
Yeah. Yes. So I got 2 more questions before we end the show. It seemed like it's so much to talk to you about just within this. Like, I really, I seen you and your husband started a podcast.
Yes, it's a not podcast.
Okay.
I don't have it on anything outside of YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Podcast. Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we can hear a little bit more in detail about different things that my sister had went through, and also just giving some words of encouragement for other women and other women that may be dealing with this situation. Since I can't. Oh, never mind. You doing okay? I said since I can't see. I know what's up.
You know what's going on. You know what's going on.
Yes, ma'am.
In the spirit of, isn't this Black Breastfeeding Week or something like that?
I think it is. Yep. I think it's month. I don't know, month or week.
It's from the 15th to the 31st, something like that. We only get a week. Black people don't do 2 months. Like,
you're right.
We're not gonna give a Black woman a whole month.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not happening.
So before we end the show, I have 2 questions to give you. And if you guys are enjoying this episode, please put those fire emojis in the comment section below. Okay, so you kind of answered that question when it came to that. I want to know, like, how good are you on time? I won't keep you too long.
I'm here.
Okay, you here.
I'm here.
Okay, cool. Because I have like so many questions to ask. Not too many, but just a few more. Okay, cool.
I don't even talk to humans anymore. I don't even know like what's going on in the world.
Oh, snaps.
He's running my life. My life.
I know. Oh my God, I know. So with your experience of, you know, pregnancy and now coming into motherhood, I wanted to see, just based off your experience of, you know, you having you have your husband with you with this journey, like, how does the support of a husband or spouse aid you in that journey of pregnancy and motherhood? Like, I believe in my heart that, you know, yes, the man isn't physically pregnant, but they play such a big role in that. So based off your experience with your husband, like, how was that experience like aiding you in that journey of motherhood and pregnancy?
Oh, honestly, I'm gonna have to give Justin actual flowers, like an actual bouquet of flowers one day very soon, because he's that guy. I'm like, I come from a father who's very, very active. Like, he was always active with us as children. Not to mention, like, you know, we grew up in the house with him. So, like, I saw him. But, like, not every dad that's in the house is an active father.
Yeah.
My dad has always been very, very, very active and in tune with us, right? Always active in like the community of children that we were around. He did a homeschooling. He worked a full-time job and still did homeschooling for us. Still do not know how he did that. I gotta ask him one day, like, how'd you do that? But he made sure like that's what he was gonna do. So getting married, like that was high up there on the list of you don't have a choice, bro. I need a specific type of care.
Yes.
And I need a specific type of I need the care to be not something that I have to beg for. I can't beg you in pregnancy to like did we have moments where it was like, hey, don't forget who's pregnant right now, dude.
Yeah.
Because he's stressed. It's like men go through the stresses as well.
Mm-hmm.
They go through like secondhand pregnancy where they're like, oh, what's happening? What's really going on?
Yeah.
But we did have conversations here and there. It was like, Justin, don't forget who's pregnant, like for real, like whose body's really changing right now. But outside of like those little conversations we had here and there, he was always on it. Like always on it. What do you need? What can I do? I didn't cook. Now, my husband's not much on cooking. He can cook fantastically, but he's working full time. Like, we come home here trying to do that. So he was eating out a lot. And I was like, fine, spend your bread.
Yeah.
I can't stand in the kitchen.
No, right.
Smell these foods. I can't cut the meat. I can't do it. I can't eat it. I can't. I literally can't, no matter how hard I can't. And he was like down for whatever. Like, okay, what do you want to eat today? What do you want to eat now? Like, do you have everything you need? Laundry. I did all of maybe 15 loads the entire pregnancy. I did all of maybe 15 loads the entire pregnancy up until now. Postpartum, like, Aneesa, go somewhere and sit down. Focus on the baby. Do you know how I felt so guilty, which is very weird because as a woman, it should be you're having a child, go sit down somewhere. But we done fought in the not in the Nation of Islam, but as far as like the regular American woman, we fought for all these equal rights, equal pay for so. We forgot our nature, though. We forgot about our nature. We want equality. We like in the nation, we want freedom, justice, and equality. But I don't want you to forget my nature. And we fought it for so long and fought so hard for it that we forgot that we are also women. And we need care. And after we have a child, ain't no 6 weeks. Ain't no 6 weeks and then you back to work. Like that's the time it takes for your uterus to shrink back down to size, but it takes 2 years just for your hormones to get back intact.
Yes.
Like this is not easy. Like 100% this is the hardest life I've ever lived.
Yeah.
This is the most complex existence I've had. So having him there to be a very caring human being, very nurturing, very mindful, very demure.
Yes.
Very mindful. Hold on, did she?
Oh, did he
poop?
Did he poop? No.
Oh, no, that's sweat. I'm like, what is this wetness?
Oh, no.
Come on.
I'm like, let's keep giving you run for your money today.
But having him there to be very to give security. Mm-hmm. That's essentially what it is. He maintained me and he still maintains me. And it had nothing to do with finances. Of course, he had to spend mad bread on like groceries because we were doubling up. I was like, dang, I'm eating a lot. But the maintenance, just spiritual, mental, and emotional maintenance. Like nothing was she's overreacting. Nothing what she's asking for too much. And I remember somebody saying, like, you're probably irritating him. And Justin was like, no, she's not. Like,
I know that's right.
This is my first time being a dad too. I don't have nothing to compare it to. So as far as I know, this is what it looks like for a woman to be pregnant.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna grow with the punches. It's not irritating. This is life. My husband's also extremely patient.
Whew.
Allah knows. Allah knows who to give you. He's extremely patient. The mild manner that you see on Instagram is not an act. He's that. He is steady Eddie. You're not boggling him, which I needed because I was completely bothered throughout my entire pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
My soul was entangled. I was like, so I needed, while I was like losing my mind, I needed him to be like,
yes, settle.
Pregnancy's so hard, babe. Pregnancy's so hard. And he's like, but babe, you asked for this. This is what comes with it. This is pregnancy.
Like, what?
It's still hard. But I needed him not to be like, yeah, it's so hard. Allah stinks for how he has you guys living. It's like, I needed him to like be that calm rock.
Yes.
Like he's that guy. And he, a little funny insider. We don't want a whole bunch of children, right? Because for me, I'm like, hey, pregnancy was hard. I only have 2 hands, 2 children max. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 children would be a stretch.
Yeah.
We'll settle for 3, but like 2 children is cute. Okay.
Yeah.
One on this side, one on that side, right? And for him, I'm thinking like, usually a lot of men want a lot of children for their wife to be just bearing them, right? And we talked about it and he was like, no, like 2 is fine. I said, why you say that? And he said, because I had to also do a lot of stuff when you were pregnant. And I was like, wow, I knew you did a lot of stuff, but I'd never captured it in that way. Yeah. That while I was pregnant and being stressed, how much slack he had to pick up and how much he did it and never complained.
Yes.
He never complained. He never said a word.
Whew.
He just did it. He just did it. It was like a regular day, as if I wasn't pregnant. He just did what needed to be done. And you need that. Because you already feel like you are indeed in this society, you feel like a burden when you're pregnant. You feel like everybody thinks you're being super dramatic.
Yeah.
Well, it's a dramatic time. It's drama starts immediately.
Yeah.
Working at the daycare and they were like, you're out of breath already. I'm like, have you guys, we're at a daycare. We work with babies. Have you never been pregnant before? All of them. I was the only one that's never been pregnant. All of y'all have had children. What were y'all doing when you were pregnant?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you want me to do? Run a marathon now? Like the 5K? What do you want me to do? I'm pregnant. I have a baby in my body growing, sucking the life out of me.
Yes.
So we're in this society where pregnancy is seen as something because it's so natural that it's just, your body's just supposed to do it. And it's like, just because it's natural doesn't mean that in Allah's nature, he doesn't have things that are also difficult when it comes to nature. Everything of value has a difficulty factor attached to it, but it doesn't mean that it's less valuable. It's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Like there's difficulty in that. And it was very difficult for me. And I needed him to never treat me like I was being dramatic. Because I already felt guilty or I could have felt, you go through a sense of guilt, but he alleviated me of feeling guilt of being burdensome, having emotions, like sweating constantly and just hot. And can you turn the AC off? And can you turn it back on? Can you put my shoes on? Can you put my pants on? He would dress me head to toe sometimes because I was like, I just don't even feel like it. Like if we're gonna get out the house, then it'd be on you. Because I can't. So I'm tired. tired. So yeah, it's very, very important for the brothers that are watching. Like, just go through the motions with your wife or soon to be wife. One thing that I remember telling my husband in one of the spit spats that we had, I remember saying to him, I said, before a woman gets pregnant, it's all about her husband. Every conversation is, are you treating your husband like this? Are you treating your husband like that? Everything is how good you're treating your husband. They really don't have the time to ask you, how is he treating you? Are you cooking for him? Are you this for him? Are you that for him? For him, right? And I said, and then after you have a baby, it's about your husband and your child. It's not really about you. I said, so Justin, so if it feels like right now, like it's all about me right now, I said, because it is. This is my moment.
Yeah.
My moment in time. It's all about me right now. That's it. I said, after we had a baby, it's going to be all about you and the baby. And everybody going to be asking about you and the baby. Nobody cares. After you have the baby, it's like, I don't want a hug from you. I want the baby.
Yeah, exactly.
And I enjoy that. I enjoy that people want to hold my child because, honestly, please, hold him. I'm with him all day. I have no problem. Somebody holding my baby. Please, hold him. Don't be dirty and like a weird stranger. But, like, you know, if it's somebody I'm like, hey, yeah, you want to hold? For sure. Hold him. He needs to be acquainted with people and humans. So, but it's like after a certain point, it's no longer about me. And then the more children I have, the less it becomes about me. So I was like, so when I'm pregnant, Justin, those are my moments. That 9 to 10 months, let me have it.
Yes.
It's all about me. This is my shot. And he was like, I remember looking at his face and he was like, dang, she's right. And he just fell in line. Like, yeah, it is all about her. And he just did everything. He just did everything. Because I'm going to make sure that he's going to get what he needs. I want you to have that same consideration on this side. I'm going to make sure of that. Because it's in my nature to make sure that I consider everybody else around me outside of myself first.
Yes.
So in moments where your wife cannot really tend for herself, really, she can't really do much, and her emotions are very high, think about her first before everything else. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for breaking that down. I believe like Allah definitely sent you a well-made man. Because me, you know, not having that support when you're in that state of having a child really affects how the pregnancy, for me, how the pregnancy goes and even after, you know. So like, that's why I truly believe, and I'm grateful. Just, you know, I wasn't born in a nation, but joining a nation and just seeing how things are operating. Why it's so important for one to have a spouse and be married before having a child. Like, that is so important.
Yes, ma'am.
And being sure and knowing that, you know, when that time comes, that you actually have that support needed when you go through those things. It's like you said, girl, listen, it's all about me. Pregnancy is all about you.
Yep.
Like, when you're pregnant, it's all about you. And if no one can respect that and understand that, and the person you with doesn't acknowledge that and respect what you're going through, it makes the pregnancy, it doesn't make the pregnancy feel good. It doesn't, like, it's not a good feeling.
Yeah.
And I read something a while ago. It was saying how, like, you know, one thing that a woman will always remember is the way that she was treated when she was pregnant.
Absolutely.
You know, so like the way that you treat a woman as a man is critical in how, you know, her thoughts, you know, all that goes inside of the baby. So when we really look in depth about the teamwork that's needed in pregnancy, then we'll understand, like, you know, hey, like, this is not being selfish. This is teamwork. And if you want to create a God, you have to be there as well, Black men, you know, men in general, to help her through that. So I'm glad that you touched on that. I really wasn't even expecting that answer, but I'm glad you spoke on that. So praise be to Allah. I see we have one question here, and I have my last question before we end the show. We have a question here from Sister Ebony. She asked, she wasn't for sure if I asked this question, but what do you love most about being a mother?
You know what blows me about being a mom that I love the most? I said this to my mom the other day. I was like, yo, like, I do it for Jasi.
Yeah.
Like, when he's crying, I'm a serial auntie. I have coming up on, I have 20. No, he's number 19. Malika had 20. Coming up on 20 nieces and nephews.
Oh,
I have, another sister that's pregnant.
Lord.
So, like, we out here with all the nieces and all the nephews, right? So I'm a serial aunt, and I'm used to being called Auntie Nini. I'm used to Auntie Nini, can you hold? Auntie Nini, can you watch? I'm used to, when the baby's crying, getting them back to their mother, because I can only do so much.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your baby. Like, soothe him, soothe her, and then give him back. And then I can, take it from there. But first you got to do this and, like, calm him down. But knowing that Jasi looks at me as his consolation, is like, wait, I'm not Auntie Nini to you.
Yeah.
I'm mommy. And the way he looks at me, I was looking at him earlier today, and I was like, because I had him in the baby care, he just looking up at me. And I'm just making a salad, and I just have him look down, and he's just looking up at me. I'm like, what are you thinking about right now?
Aww.
I remember I asked myself, I said, like, do babies, like, really be loving us for real? Like, that's like blows me. Like, yo, you love me.
Yes.
Before he really knows what the word love is, like, he exudes it.
Mm.
Like, he knows that this is what he feels. And when he looks at mommy, he's like, wow, she's so grand. Yeah. And I'm gonna have to remember that, like, the older he gets and the more we get into just the vicissitudes of life, that there's somebody watching me that is like, she has the answers.
Yes.
She knows. Mommy knows. And even like his father is like, I remember saying to Justin, I said, do you realize that he's gonna look like, you have somebody that forever, especially if you play the cards right, like, you have somebody that forever that's gonna look at you like you are the strongest person on the planet Earth. Yeah. Nobody gonna be able to beat their daddy up. To this day, can't nobody beat my daddy.
Yeah.
Brother's in his 60s, like, I'm pretty sure somebody can at this point, but I don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody can lay hands on my dad. He'll kill you. You'll die immediately. So, because he's the strongest man alive.
Yeah.
So, like, that does it for me, that I have transitioned from auntie into being mommy, and he looks at me with a lot, like, he trusts me to do it. Like, he don't look frantic, like, do you know what you're doing, lady? He's like, he's calm, he's relaxed in my arms.
Yeah.
And he's not asking for nobody else, which is very strange, because I'm used to, when I'm holding the baby, they're asking for other things. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if I love that the most, because there's so many things. Like, being a mom is so complex. Yeah. I love that I feed him from my body. Yes. I love that the past 4 months, he's 4 months today, actually. He's 4 months today. I love that for 4 months, like, the amount of inches that he's grown, the weight that he's gained, is because of me. Yes. Like, hey, look at you getting big and strong. No, yes. That's mommy. I love everything about it. I love even how difficult it is. I love the back and forth. I love when he's like, I love him. it's very strange. It's a love that I didn't expect to, not that I didn't expect to feel, but I thought it would feel different. I thought the love was going to be like much like how I thought that my pregnancy was going to be, like this angelic fairy tale. And then as soon as he was born, it didn't feel like this, like, I felt it in my gut.
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, like I excruciatingly love this child. Like it hurts. Like, bro, this is my baby.
Yes.
Look at this. Look what I made.
Yes.
Faces on there. Like it's very strange. And I'm still and the love grows more because he's constantly doing new things and I get to see it. I get to see you becoming a human, like realizing that you have hands.
Yes.
The moment he saw his feet for the first time, it was like, those are my feet.
Yeah.
He was freaking out. And it was just such a, like, I can't wait to teach you what 1 + 1 is. Like, if you think this is cool, watch when you find out that 1 + 1 is 2. Like, what? You're going to be so excited. Wait till you find out that your birthday is April 29th. Like, and it's not just another day. Like, no, this is the day you were born. Like, it's going to be so many things just that I love about being a mom. That's just watching him. He's breathing hard right now. I like listening to his breathing.
Yeah.
It's so babyish. It's all fast and nasally. Like, I love that. I love it. So yeah. Yep. I love everything the most.
I love it. I can tell, like, your glow. You have such a different glow about yourself. And like, if no one, I know everybody is happy for you. Like, I know this is something that you pray for, and like to actually just like Allah's timing is perfect.
Absolutely.
So he knew what he needed you to do before this time came.
Yes.
And it makes me think about like a mother's love, like how it's so deep and intense. Like, you mess with my child one time, it's
girl. Immediately.
No.
As soon as he came out, I was on 10. Where's my but the thing is, that's another thing. Going back to the husband, Justin is not playing around. Justin's not playing around about this baby. He is so attentive.
Yeah.
He's not. If anything, God forbid, was to happen to me tomorrow, I would not be concerned about the well-being of my son. Like, who's going to take care of him? Can I trust him? No, like, his dad got it.
Yeah.
He's going to make sure he's good. He is a helicopter parent.
Yeah.
If he's crying through the night, of course, Justin has to sleep through the night because he has to make sure we eat and live. So he, is able to sleep through the night. But I notice him, like, if he's crying too much or moving too much, is he okay? Is he okay?
Yeah.
Not you waking up out of your sleep. Do you know the horror stories that, like, we've all heard as women, like, he just sleeps through the night, he doesn't even wake up, a bomb could drop in this house, and he, like, like, this is, but Allah knows. Allah knows that those are the things that I need. Some women are capable of, like, dealing with that type of stuff where it's like, he sleep, it's fine. Because we're really soldiers on the battlefield of motherhood. I'll be honest with you. Being a mom is rough. Like, I love everything about it, but this is a hard life. And I'm a sensitive type of girl. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I'm a delicate flower.
I know that's right, sis.
I am a delicate flower. I got a little edge. I'm a little grainy. But up underneath all of the hardness that may appear as an outer shell, I am silly putty. I need constant attention, admiration, and assurity.
Yes.
Consistently, constantly. I need help. I am not a strong Black woman. Like, I need help. I need a lot of help. I be needing help. I be needing it. And every time he offers it, it's like, yes. It ain't no, I got it. No, yeah, I absolutely need you to do that. Thank you very much. So kind. Love you. You're the best. Like, so, but he's down for it all, and that's like, it's like a blessing because he doesn't take what I have to do for granted.
Yes.
It's not like, oh, like, yeah, she just has babies. Like, my wife's just fine. She had a baby. It's like, no, she can't do that. She just had a baby.
I know that's right.
Like, no, I don't want her to do that. She just had a baby. I'm like, I ain't gonna argue with you. Why would I blow my blessings?
Okay, listen, right ahead. You right about that. Listen.
Like, my sister told me a long time ago, she was like, Aneesa, just be a damsel in distress. She's like, whatever you do, just like, don't like, just be a damsel in distress so that you don't have to stress. Mm-hmm. Can you open up this jar? Like, why sit there in the kitchen struggling? Open up a jar. Husband, please. First of all, I can't open up the jars anyway. I really am that weak. Like, I can't do it. So I remember because I constantly would ask him to open up the jars, and he was like, "Are you doing this?" After like the 20th jar, he's like, "Are you doing this to make me feel good about myself, or like you really can't open it?" And I'm like, "If it makes you feel good about yourself, it's a plus. But I really can't do it.
Yeah,
open this jar." Like, but it's a constant state of him opening jars for me, picking up things.
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah.
Yes. I love that. I love that support. And like my sister said, like, that support is so, I think is like critical.
Yeah.
Especially like, birthing a God, and just being able to keep that family structure going and, allowing your child to see healthy relationships, seeing how a man is supposed to treat a woman, how a woman is supposed to treat a man. Yep. Like, this time that he's in right now is so critical because he's gonna see all these things. And even if he doesn't recognize it, there's so many things right now that's getting imprinted in his little mind, Yep. So yes, praise be to Allah. So my last question for you before we end today's show. Oh my God, thank you so much, sis, for us getting all in your business today.
Yes. I'm all transparent. It is what it is.
Yes, I love that.
Real lives. Like, and we don't have time to be acting like we're not living real lives. Like, I wish, like I said earlier, I wish I could give like this angelic, like, it's not that.
Yeah.
Pregnancy was not that. It was hard and rough.
Yes.
So, except Grammy, but with what's she saying? Except Grammy, but with love, what?
Oh, she gotta let us know what she talking about.
What you talking about, Grammy? Except Grammy. I gotta go back into my memory of what I was saying. But like, just being real about, and everybody's pregnancy is different. So your pregnancy, whoever is watching this, your next pregnancy may be like angelic, like really, really just serene. Hey, my next pregnancy, if it be the will of Allah, may be like really, really just fantastic. But I'm going to be honest about what it is in the moment.
Yes.
and the God's honest truth is, it'd be hard. It'd be hard, but it doesn't make the like, look how cute he is. It doesn't make the blessing any less of a blessing. And I think that was something that I needed to know. I needed to go through a hard trial. Like, I needed to go through how, obviously, because a lot had it that way, that I went through it the way I went through it. And that pregnancy was really rough on my body. And I was such a stereotypical pregnant woman. Like, I was not strong. Like, I was and I'm still weak. I'm still limping.
Yeah.
I'm still broken. It is in half, folded like a pretzel. Like, it's just, but I'm still doing mom stuff. Yeah. Like, it's not stopping me from being a mom. I'm a little slower than I used to be, a lot slower. My brain isn't even as fast. My husband was like, "Hey, you used to be sharp, right? You're not sharp." I'm like, "Because I'm dumb now. I can't think. All I do is think about milk, and milk, and milk, and milk, and how much milk I'm producing, and milk, milk, and doo-doo, and changing pee diapers. That is what I'm thinking about. Yeah. I don't know anything else right now. And
that is okay.
And that's okay.
Okay.
You slow down. That's called mom brain. fixated on the child.
Mm-hmm.
And it actually shrinks slightly when you're pregnant. And it fixates on the child, and they said you have like more gray matter, it develops more gray matter. And so we get a little slow. We forget a lot of things, but what it's really doing is developing a sense and intuitive, and it's developing more space for us to be able to nurture our child.
Yeah.
And to not be really caring about what's going on everywhere else, because we can't do this and that. Two things cannot occupy the same space at the same time. So in order for me really be really good to him, then I have to be in tune with him. I have to understand what cry is that. Oh, that's a hungry cry.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not a hungry cry, that's a poopy cry. That's not a poopy cry, he just hurt himself, let me go over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know the cries. They have to be able to hear his language, but I have to have enough time spent with him and be able to be in tune with him enough to understand his language.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yes. I love that. It's motherhood is a rough hood.
It's a rough hood. It's no grass in there. It's like a lot of it's no parks and stuff.
Listen,
it smells funny.
it's a whole different type of journey. Like when you had brought about just the difference, like everybody's pregnancy is different. Like I swear by the grace of Allah, when I was pregnant with my first son back in 2014, that's the son that I lost. Yeah. My pregnancy was, man, I could do push-ups. Man, I was doing everything. Like it was perfect. I was just moving and grooving. I was working, and I was just, everything was, my pregnancy was great. You know,
I want that for the next
one. Man, it was great. That first pregnancy was great until, unfortunately, you know, he transitioned and passed away. But like my pregnancy with my son now, oh my gosh, it was hell. Excuse my language. It was the worst ever pregnancy in my whole entire, I said whole entire, like whatever.
But your experiences of pregnancy, that was the worst.
That was so,
what is happening?
Like, but I learned so much in that pregnancy, just about just me and who I am, and I learned my body. And just to be able to know, like, even after that, being able to, I think I was also experiencing some trauma from my last pregnancy.
Right.
And when I got to the closing mark, because my first son, I had a stillborn, and he passed when I was 9 months. So as I was getting to the finish mark with this pregnancy, I was so freaking scared. Like, oh my God, I hope, you know, and just even just going through that and not really having the support when I was pregnant, you know. It played a lot in it, but like, of course, when my baby boy came, like seeing his face, it's just like, okay, this was worth it. This was worth it. And
that part, it's worth it.
It's worth it. It was worth it. And, you know, I went through all that, which took me on a journey that I'm on now. Just like all that had to happen when I go back, like to think about just Healing with Angelica. All of that had to happen in order for y'all guys to see Healing with Angelica. I'm sorry. Right. That is why y'all see Healing with Angelica today. Based off everything I went through my pregnancy, I had a health problem after my pregnancy. I had a thyroid issue that I self-corrected by using How to Eat to Live, and Dr. Akili Muhammad, he helped me through it. That is how Healing with Angelica came about. Like, just not, I mean, other things, but like that's what sparked it. But do you just see like how like the things that you had to go through and endure, like, you know, when you had talked about all the blood that you had lost, like it reminded me like of just what I had to go through with, you know, stuff like that, and having to physically bury a child. Like I mentally was not there, you know. So getting pregnant and having my child, having a mirror, like going through that was like traumatizing for me, you know. So, but
oh wow,
it was traumatizing, but I'm grateful. You know, I'm grateful for Allah, and just, you know, him taking me through that, and just also just seeing the value of just being a mother, and also being able to just see that, hey, like it is important to have that spouse,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there to help and guide you on that journey, you know. So praise be to Allah. I know we can talk all day, but I got one last question, y'all, for her. It's last question.
Wait, can I ask you something real quick?
Yeah.
Did you find that through your process of like finally being able to conceive and like at the finish line having something to go home with this time, that it made you be a more intentional mom?
I'm gonna be honest, because I think I always go back and think about that moment when I had to leave my child in the hospital and not go home with him. And I mentally wasn't even there to even realize, like, I would rub my belly thinking I was still pregnant. I'm like, I'm not pregnant no more. And there is no baby here, right? So having my son now and having Amir, and honestly, I was such in a mental rut, honestly, from everything I experienced in that pregnancy. My labor process wasn't the best, I'm not gonna lie. And then not having that emotional support. My mom, shout out to Mom Duke, she was
shout out to the grandmothers.
Yes, granny, what? Come on. You gotta get,
we're not getting
a granny
without y'all.
Hey, they the real MVPs,
they
man.
Really are.
My son loved his granny.
That's right.
I think he loved her more than he loved me. I'm like, listen,
grandparents, you know, because they give him everything. Like,
but there you go.
You'll always be the second to his grandma.
Listen, okay. I'm like, it's cool. I understand. So, but like I said, I was more so in a mental rut because after that I had got COVID, and then I had pneumonia, and then I had a thyroid issue. It was like one after I just had a baby. I had COVID, pneumonia. I thought I was about to die then. And then I had a thyroid issue that was making me lose weight. I was like losing so much weight, and it was like so much going on in my mind. So right after I had my son, I couldn't even be as intentional as I wanted to. But it wasn't until I really had to just, I'm grateful for my mother because she was there to help me in that process. But I told myself, you know, Allah blesses me with another child. I pray I don't have to go through all that again. But I wish I was more so intentional when he was a baby. Yeah. But as I started healing, like I had to, and this is why I say this too, y'all. With any mother, any woman, like you can't be your best self to your children if you don't get you together. Like you have to get you got to get you together. So I didn't even feel like I was at my best, even after having Amir. So I had to take some time to heal. And when I did that, you know, even though like you said and you spoke about the fact of just how, you know, JC just looks at you and you can tell he loves you. So even through that process of me not being intentional, I still looked in my son's face and just can see how much he just loves me and he adores me. And like, that kept me wanting to be a better person for myself, be a better mother, and heal myself so I can be more attentive to him. Very good. Yeah. Very good. Wow. Hey y'all, this is the. Hey, I wasn't even expecting that question. I
be wondering because we go through so many things. Like these days, we're having such a Allah has it so that we're not, for the most part, like we're not just getting these babies easily. We're not getting mad. He's spitting up all over me, y'all. Hey, you just pull it to the back. You know what I'm saying? You just rub it in, pull it to the back, to the skin. But yeah, like these days, like we're not getting married easily. We're not having children easily. It seems like everything that used to come so natural is such a struggle. Yeah. And I'm like, Allah, like, what is that? Well, what do you do when you gotta make a new world? you have to wring it out of all of its nonsense. Well, how do I wring it out? Well, I have to make them suffer a little bit. Gotta make them suffer so that they can make a sincere prayer and be more open to healing themselves. Not just physically from a disease, but like be better. Be better. Like wanting the desire to do good for the sake of being good.
Yeah.
Not to get something from somebody. Like I just want to be pleasing to the God. And then in those moments where it's like I just want to be pleasing to the God, the blessings tend to overflow from that place.
Yeah.
And then once we get what we've been desiring, then we're a lot more focused on it. Because it's like, certainly I wouldn't go all through that and fumble the ball.
Ooh.
Like,
no.
Certainly. Like, I remember even like, because really my journey started in 2020, really. Like this whole process from 2020 up until now has been just such a, I think for everybody though, because COVID started in 2020. Everybody's life changed in 2020.
Literally, that was my mark.
That's my mark, right?
Did that.
Everybody's lives changed in 2020. So from that point up until now has been a lot of stages of events happening. Going through some really heartbreaking type stuff, and then getting married. And I felt like I was so far behind from like all my peers getting married. I'm like, everybody done already had 10 children by the time I'm about to like get married. Like, yo, what's going on? Where's my husband? God. What's happening? But if Allah wants to make your testimony public, then you may have to wait a little while. Imagine if you would have just got everything that you wanted. You didn't have to deal with thyroid issues. You didn't ever had to deal with pneumonia. You never had to deal with having a stillborn. May Allah be pleased with your son. You never had to deal with that. Like you said, we would never see Healing with Angelica. Yeah. Because your testimony is now public. Ooh. Some people's testimonies are very silent. Some of us cap. Some of us act like we ain't never been through nothing. Woo. And don't give a helping hand to nobody and lie. Literally lie about everything.
Oh my God.
Because the picture is more important than the actual journey of it all. It's like, no, tell the whole story. We don't bring us through nothing just for nothing. Tell the story. Yeah. Tell the truth about the story so that somebody can be helped with it. Because there's a saying that says a smart man learns from his own mistakes. A wise man learns from other people's mistakes. Ooh. We're watching a lot of people learn from their own mistakes, not just because they don't listen, but sometimes they're learning from their own mistakes because we won't share. And wisdom, when it says a wise person learns from other people's mistakes, wisdom means applied knowledge. Yes. We got a lot of information out there. We have a lot of knowledge out there, but we have to then apply it. And then that makes a person wise to have the information and then be able to use it. Mm-hmm. But if we're not sharing and being transparent, then it doesn't help anybody. The reason why we love the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is because we actually know. We know, like, he's been open about his condition. Yes. And he's not open about it for pity. He's open about it because look at the price I'm paying. Yes. Look at the price that I'm paying for you. Like, I'm doing this to build a nation. Yes. Like, so you do something. Well, do I have to bear the cross alone? Absolutely not. I got mine and you got yours, but I'm showing you how to carry it. Somebody's going to show you how to carry it. Yes. Look, watch, see? And I'm doing it with a smile. Through cancer, doing it with a smile. All praise is due to Allah. Through losing loved ones, through losing my son. I'm doing it with a smile. All praise is due to Allah. Damn, it's hard. It sure is. But do you think that you'll be left alone? Like, is that what you thought? Nah. Like, you're gonna be tried. I never had one stitch before having an extensive surgery that I almost died from. I never even been to the ER.
Wow.
Like, never broke anything. Never. It was like, so the first time I get cut open, I'm getting cut open. Like, for something that could change my whole life. I may never have a child if this goes wrong. I might actually die if this goes wrong. Like, dude, is it worth it? Yup.
There you go.
Yep. Worth it. It was worth it. Oh, yeah. And that's all I wanted to ask you that. Because we go through so much, and it's like, do we realize why we're going through this?
Man.
Like, we're going through it because opposition from a lot is a gift.
Yes.
The said that. And it's like, well, why would opposition be a gift? Because it shows you what you made of.
Ooh.
Like, it shows you all the things that was already there from the beginning. We pulled up against gravity. We fought all the other sperm. Like, we did everything. We did this before. And now we got to do it in this realm. Are you capable? Do we accept the challenge? I pray I continue to accept the challenge. So far, so good.
Oh my gosh. Hey, my sister just dropped some jewels. Like, woo! I needed to hear that. And I thank you for asking that question. Because it just made me think, like that is what aided in my journey now, So I'm grateful for that. And, like I said, like I thought about just, over the years wanting to have another child after that situation had happened. But now that I'm in the state that I'm in now, and Allah has blessed me to be, in the nation and knowing myself and knowing God, like I was able to really now go back and look at like, wow, like when my son transitioned, I was upset. I was mad. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? Or what?
I did all of this. Yeah,
I was
that's
upset.
real. That's
but
real.
It wasn't until, and sometimes things don't happen until years later. It wasn't until years later I realized like I wouldn't have been the best mom to my. I wouldn't have been. I was still out here doing God knows whatever.
Right.
Like I know I wouldn't have been able to give him the best life. And I can say that now and be okay with the fact that I had that experience and being able to be pregnant and have him in my womb and stuff in that matter. But I know that I wouldn't have been the best mom. So I accepted that. And also know that everything always, come from a lie, you return to a lie.
That's right.
So it made me understand my situation better. And sometimes, it takes years until
years.
Now, I know it takes years to be like, oh, this is why this happened.
Mercy.
Oh, I see why this happened.
Yep.
Like, because a lot of timing is perfect.
A little decade detour. You might just take that. That's a fire.
Because a lot of timing is perfect. So I'm grateful for that. And okay, y'all. I'm sorry. This has been a great conversation.
Yes,
but
yes.
I wanted to end this with this question. This is for all the other women out here in the whole wide world, right? Mm-hmm. What advice do you have for any woman that is dealing with fibroids or any type of medical condition that may hinder their ability to have a child?
Hinder their ability to have a child. A sister reached out to me a couple days ago. I'm not going to disclose her name. But she reached out to me about she's struggling with diabetes. And I know diabetes can hinder you from it can make having a child more strenuous. Mm-hmm. You may, of course, be able to get pregnant, but having diabetes while pregnant is a struggle. Yes. A lot of women develop diabetes when they're pregnant. So it's called gestational diabetes for those that need to know. But she reached out to me and she was like, is there anything from Sister Callie or Minister Ava, like something that you learned along the way? Like she's like, I know you've had fibroids and da-da-da-da. Like, is there anything that you can share with me from that? that can help me with this situation. She said, I'm actually desperate right now. Like I need something.
Yeah.
And I said that Minister Ava told me, may Allah be pleased with her. Allah is pleased with her.
Yes.
She said to me, and I've shared this plenty of times before, this was January of 2022. And I called her up and I was like, oh God, Minister Ava, things are falling apart. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, like, I really do be crying. Like, I'm a delicate flower for real. So I'm like, oh, why is life like this? Why are the fibroids at that point, they were just quadrupling in size. I'm like, why they're growing faster in the last few months than they've ever grown? Why do they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger? Like, it was very strange for me to watch my body just like grow like that. And there's no baby in there. Like, this is a whole tumor though. How bad does this get? And then you deal with the mindset of, well, when they do the biopsy, like, is there cancer in there? Like, what is making it grow so big? What is happening? Because they don't know until they do a biopsy of it. So it's all this stuff going on in my mind. And she said, Aneesa, she said, I don't think that it's the fibroids that, she was like, hear me. She said, consider this. I don't believe that it's the fibroids that is essentially like your huge issue. She said, consider that is Allah's way of like getting your attention. And actually, I said this on the last one. I think it was in the preview. That was his way of, if I have to contact you, I know that through your womb, it's going to be a heavy trial for you, because all you really want ever is a child. All you wanted since you were a child was a baby. My first gift to myself was a baby born. It was $49.99 back then. I was 8 years old, and I wanted a baby born.
Oh,
My birthday money. My mother had to give me like $2 because of tax. But I was like, I have the money. We need to go to Toys R Us right now. I need to give me a baby born. I need my baby. I need to have my baby.
Oh, yeah.
And that was my first. It was very anticlimactic because I hated the baby born. I was like, this toy sucks. Spent all my money on this stupid toy. But it's just the mindset around it of like, this is all I've wanted was my own little baby born. So the only way that Allah would have been able to contact me really was through my womb. For me to make a very sincere prayer, for me to be very submissive, for me to really want to do the mental healing work and not just what people may see online and, doing the master call, doing the women's circle. Like after that, I still have to go into my room, into my prayer room, into my mind and reflect. I still have to be an actual Muslim in real life. She was like, that he's getting to you through that. And I think you need to find out why. What is he actually after with you? That the fibroids is his way of contacting you, but what is he actually after? And I feel like, I don't know if I'm 100% there yet, even though I have a baby, but I'm working on it, and I know what he's after, and I am actively, constantly, intentionally working on it because I know what the thing is. At least I believe that I know what that thing is, that he wants to actually work on. And I worked on enough to be able to conceive. So for the sisters that are out there struggling with things that are hindering them from conception, or may hinder them from conception, first, whatever's stressing you out, it got to go. I don't care what it is. It has to go. You cannot let that thing kill you. Like, because obviously that thing does not care about your health. It has to go. If it's as far as I'm concerned, if it's between me or you, it's gonna be me. Like I gotta do it for myself, Lucius. I gotta do it for myself.
We're taking it back, Empire.
Like I have to fend for myself, bro. Like this is my life. This is my walk with the God. And my prayer, my sacrifice is all for Allah. It can't be for anybody else. Or I'm suffering from idolatry. So, and I know somebody's gonna say, well, I can't take anything off my plate. I bet you lie. There's something. Because I was saying the same thing. Oh, there's nothing, everything on my plate needs to be on my plate. No, there's something.
Yeah.
Take off that plate so you can have time to reflect and think and begin the healing process. It's really hard to heal your body when you have no time to tend to it.
Yeah.
It's really hard to heal anything when you don't give it no attention. Flower ain't gonna grow if you don't give it no water, don't look at it, just leave it there. Oh, I bought a flower, so cute, so pretty.
Yeah.
Put it over there. Let me come back in a year and see how it held up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not holding up. It's dead. It's gone forever. The dirt is. Jocelyn, where's your pacifier?
Uh-oh.
Where is it? Tell mommy where it is so she can get it and plug it in, huh?
Plug it in.
I lose this pacifier 7 times a day.
Oh no!
Because it's the only one he likes. It's the same one he has since he was born.
Oh, okay.
The little green one. I lose it daily. It's the only one. I need to just get more.
Oh no, Jocelyn.
You're interrupting the process.
Listen.
No, we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this. You're gonna adhere.
He like, listen, Mom, I've been sitting here for too long. You got to go. You got to get out.
He wants me anywhere. Sit here. We sitting somewhere else with him attached.
Okay, well, there you go.
But getting stressors out the way, you need stressors, even things that are enjoyable. Like, I love the master call, but that was time consuming. It was time consuming. And it especially once I became pregnant, it became a burden, like on my thinking. I'm like, I can't think about this and this and this.
Yeah.
Like I can't do it. I only can think about one thing, and that is how to give birth to a God. I can't think about anything else right now. I'm not interested right now in being a last top soldier for the nation. Like I'm interested in making sure that the child that I am that I've conceived is one of Allah's top soldiers. Yeah. Like, let me start here. Charity starts at home. So yes, the stresses, getting that up out of there. Diet, of course. That's always the thing. Like we always got to focus on the diet. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I don't know if this is the exact quote, but no matter how much exercise we're doing, no matter how much we're trying to do right and if the foods that we are eating is raggedy, like it's not going to work. And vice versa. No matter how much good food we're eating, if the thinking is not right, then the food becomes a poison to the body, because every food has a little bit of poison in it. Every food has a little bit of poison in it, which is why we're meant to fast. We have to fast. Because everything got a little bit of something in it that could take you out of here.
Yeah.
Little by little. We fast to get those toxins out. But if the thinking is not proper, then that food literally, it feeds on the poison. The body feeds on the poison in the food. And then it doesn't get any of the nutrients, all that stuff that it's supposed to be getting. So of course diet, but my main thing, the stress. Black women are suffering at an alarming rate with fibroids and every other illness. And if we look at the root cause of a lot of this stuff, even diabetes, when I talked to the sister and I was like, so your stress levels. Oh, she's like, oh, it's out of this world, super stress. Because diabetes is connected to stress.
Yes.
Cholesterol connected to stress. Fibroids is a stress disease. PCOS, stress. We are stressed. We are stressed out. We are burdened by half of it is the things that we're making up in our head. Half of it is an illusion.
Ooh.
Like It's not even in real life. We suffer, Black women, we suffer from so much grief. We are so stuck in the past.
Yes, we are.
We are stuck. It's like we can't leave it alone. Allah told Lot's wife to get up out of there. Get up out of there. You're going to become salty. We walking around salty. We a little bitter. We a little mad. Like,
little.
up out of there. Nothing back there is worth it. Move forward forever. Backwards never. Everything that Allah has for us is in this direction.
Yeah.
Do you notice that you can't turn your head? You can turn it as far as way this way, but you can't turn it to the back. You can't turn it all the way around and look in the back of you. This way. That way. Your ears. They're not faced back way, this way. No. We got to hear what's going on. We got to hear what's going on. Your eyes and the front of your head, not the back of your head. You don't have anything in the back of your head but skin and hair. Everything that is meant, that is a part of your senses, are this way.
Yes.
Because that's what's important. So, I think that's the main thing. Like, all the other stuff, we kind of know. We know the diet. We know that stuff. We are killing ourselves due to stress. I see it around me every day. I see it with the women that I counsel. It's like when we get down to it, we are tripping off of heartbreak. We are tripping off. We're tripping off of heartbreak. We're tripping off of, this day and age, we got bills. We are paying all of our bills. A lot of us are here burdened by bills. Well, we're burdened by bills, then what can I take off? What is it that I can take off? Well, I gotta live. I gotta pay these bills. What is it that I can alleviate myself from? And what is it that I can replace it with? Maybe you gotta go to the gym, get some stress out.
Yeah.
And incorporate yoga in your life. Yoga is amazing. Amazing. Sister Darnita was very heavy on go start doing yoga. Because everything that she was telling me about, like being able to conceive and dealing with the fibroids, was centered around wellness.
Wow.
We suffer with actually taking actual care of ourselves. Going for a walk, smelling the oxygen in the air. Yes. Drinking H2O. Like, we suffer from actually... We do this, we do nails, we do the eyebrows, like we do the makeup, we do that, but we suffer with the things that'll give us longevity. Maybe Allah's desire is that you are always going to have your first child at 45. Damn it, can you live that long? Can you get there? Some things is just timing. I believe that no matter what, I was always going to have a baby. That I was always going to conceive him. The day I conceived him, and have him when I was 28. Because if I didn't believe that, then everything else would be thwarted. It's like, well, then is that really the man I was supposed to marry at that time that I was supposed to marry? Did I meet my husband? No, I met Justin at the time I was supposed to meet him. I had this baby at the time I was going to have him.
Yeah.
Allah knows the whole picture. Now, through that process, can we sustain our lives? Can we have proper thinking? Can we hold on to Allah's promise? Are we praying? Are we studying? Like, those things are gonna exactly, Jossie. Those things aid in our wombs being able to accept proper sperm. Now, on the other hand, the brothers also have to realize that pregnancy is not all on the woman. A lot of miscarriages are due to weak sperm and reproductive system on the woman's part. Ooh. Them soldiers need to be marching. So be thinking right. What the baby is made out of is something I forgot. It's the tissues of the sperm that actually form. And that becomes the baby's cells that begin to reproduce, and becomes a human. But it's the part of the baby's, it makes the baby something. I forgot the actual word. Fun.
Oh, you want to see everybody's face? Hi.
So the brother has to be healthy. His sperm is an actual moving thing.
Yeah.
The egg is stationary. It doesn't have a brain. Like it aids with it's in communication with the sperm. Like it calls it beckons it, but it doesn't have a life force. Yeah. It's fertilized by the sperm. So if the sperm is weak, and if it's coming from a weak man, and if it's coming from a nonsensical type of man, and a man that's not wise, and a man that's not studying, and a man that's stressed, and a man that's all this stuff, then maybe the sperm is just not gonna make it.
Yeah.
It's already going up against a lot of odds.
Ooh.
Like maybe it's just not gonna make it. And I was reading on that a lot of the miscarriages that we have, the women, we beat up ourselves so much about it, when a lot of it is just due to sperm. So both parts of how to give birth to a God is not just on the woman. You give birth, it takes to the tango, it takes to the
exactly.
Like, he's just talking.
He like, listen, he got a lot to say too.
You got to say. I just said. Oh, now he want to be quiet.
Oh, well, see, he's smart.
Please. So yeah, that would just be my advice. I don't want to make it complex, because the way that Sister Callie and Sister Darnita, and even the way that Minister Abel would talk to me about it, every time I was coming to them with like looking for very complex answers, they were so calm, and even their response, it was like, take it to Allah, girl. Consider that your issue is not the issue that he's calling you for. Like, consider that it's something else. And then when I really talked to Sister Callie about it, like really got to it, she was like, and she said it could be that the fibroids, that the issue that you're having is so deep down there that you can't even, like, it doesn't even come up immediately. As soon as she said that, because she kept saying, she's like, you know why you keep having them. I'm like, no, I don't know why. She's like, you know why. She said, and if you don't know why, then it could be that it's so deep down there that you can't even rummage it up. And she said that, I said, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep.
And then I got to work. From that time till September, I got to work on that one thing. And I made progress.
Yes.
Progress on that one thing. So take it to Allah and consider that Allah consider that Allah knows what you're going through. You're not alone in that process of any disease that you're having. Allah, he counts the tears. He's concerned with what his children are dealing with. So take it to him always. He has not forgotten about you, and he wants to give you everything you're asking for. Indeed. He wants to give you everything you're asking for. So, but just like in the Nation of Islam, when we come in, we get rid of so many things. We don't do this, we don't do that, and it feels like a lot of negative reinforcement. We don't. We cutting out stuff. That's because in order to see what we need to be doing, we got to get rid of a lot of things first. So the same thing with any other thing. Get used to getting rid of stuff. Clean out the house. Remove everything.
Yes.
The arranging of the house is a reflection of our thinking anyway. Cluttered. Don't oh no, I'm at peace. Then why the house so cluttered?
Ooh.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Your thoughts are cluttered. Remove everything. Start getting this stuff out of here. You're stressed. You're burdened. I can look. I can see it. So yeah.
Exactly.
That's all.
Hi, JC. He like, hey, mom. Aw, praise be to Allah. You guys, oh my gosh, this was such a action-packed show.
Action-packed show, man.
Like, we went in so deep. Hey, my guest even asked me a question. Like, yeah, we took it there today. Sister Aneesa, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today to discuss this well-needed topic, test of faith. I would also like to thank my amazing audience and Healing Tribe for joining us today. I pray that this episode was informative, valuable, and of course, healing to you all. Also, be sure to share, like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any upcoming episodes on any of your favorite podcast stations. Closing the Gap broadcast on YouTube and Healing with Angelica on Facebook and YouTube to help spread the light of healing to others in need. Also, if you are ready to start your healing journey and don't know where to start, Healing with Angelica is here to assist. Get started today on your healing journey by texting the word ready to 937-313-2466. Also, be sure to join the Healing Tribe by purchasing some Healing Tribe merch today. If you're interested, text the word tribe to 937-313-2466. Also, my new ebook Thrive is now available for purchase. Get your copy today by texting the word Thrive to 937-313-2466. Sister Aneesa. Yes, praise be to Allah. Sister Aneesa, again, I want to thank you for joining me today. We had a great conversation, great dialogue. Thank you for having baby boy on the show too. We enjoyed seeing his face. And before we end the show, do you have any closing remarks for our audience today?
If you know someone that's pregnant, unless they desire you to go to their house, just drop off some food at the door. I'm not stressed that enough. Please. It's so hard to like entertain someone when you're pregnant, and it's so hard to host. Like it's just, cause I'm gonna go to sleep as soon as you walk in here. I can't even do it. So come in if you're gonna go over to their house. Like, unless they just want to sit, the house is already clean, the food is already made, and they just want somebody to sit there and watch TV with them. Bust some suds, do some dishes.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a brother and obviously you can't do that, like be in the sister's house and stuff like that, then ask her husband, hey, can I drop off some food at the door? And just leave it at the door. Just leave it at the door. I was so thankful for the people that just Instacarted stuff to the house. Like, I was so thankful. I was so thankful that after he was born, the amount of like groceries, because that makes a difference.
Man,
So much, like the healing process, and when you struggle with postpartum depression and things like that. A lot of postpartum depression, yes, you got hormones and stuff like that, but a lot of postpartum depression is due to not having prepared for postpartum.
yeah.
So you just go down to the ground really fast. And it's like, wow, how did we get here? Son. So that would be my closing remark. I don't have anything upcoming. I am not sewing right now. Obviously, y'all see my hands are abundantly full.
Yes.
This is him all day. He does not want to be anywhere else.
Aww.
Can't even put him down to go like this to my hair. Like, he's here. So yeah, that would be it. Just be of service. Now that I've been like through pregnancy and realized how daunting it is and how much of a struggle it is, even if you have a good pregnancy, like it's still, you're carrying a human being in your body. You see a pregnant woman, be of some service, man. We out here populating the earth. There are 7 billion people on this planet, and they came through the body of a woman. We're out here doing the work. Okay? We're out here doing it. Man. So be respectful to your mother. Talk kindly to your wife. Be really nice to your sister. Be really nice to your aunties, everybody. And if she doesn't have a child, come on, dude. And if she does not have a child yet, be extremely nice to her too, so she doesn't develop diseases and fibroids and things like that. Yeah. Because the treatment that she's getting is buns. So yeah, be out here with empathy and a lot of respect for the woman, because we're really doing our best. As you can see, Dusty is giving me no breaks, and I'm out here doing my daggone best.
Yes.
Can you imagine if a man was being mean to me right now, and this is what I'm dealing with?
Oh no. No way.
Like,
No.
Allah's gonna get you.
Okay.
But yeah, that would be it. And I appreciate this so much. This was fantastic. I'm really proud of you. I don't know if people tell you that enough. Like, you're doing great, and I love seeing believers shine and glow, and even your setup, like you're from the last time, like your brightness is better in your room, and like it's like you're doing good. I saw the merch, and I'm like, yes, come on, merch. I don't know what's going on in the world. I'm like, she has a book. Now I gotta get the book. Like, we're doing the things. So support the believers in our nation that are doing it, because we're really quick to go and get Ayanla stuff. We're really quick to go and get everybody else stuff. Do we not believe that the people in our nation have the sauce? Like, we have the best teaching. Do we believe that or not?
Yes.
Well, let's be about the business of supporting our believers. So yeah.
Yes. Aww, praise be to the Lord. Thank you, brother, Sister Aneesa. I appreciate you so much. Thank you again for joining me. Thank you, baby Jassy, for joining us. I know you like, listen, I need all my alone time with my mommy. So thank you for letting us have your mommy for 2 hours. We enjoyed it. And I just want to say thank you all for joining us today. And we leave you all as we came. Assalamu alaikum. Peace, and light.